Hello and welcome. In this session, I'm going to walk you through the configuration of VxLAN eVPN MultiSite using CLI. You can also achieve the same thing using Cisco DCNM. That would be real quick and fast compared to CLI configuration. But downside of it is that you're not going to fully grasp the configuration behind the scenes and the concept. So to be fair, it will be out of the time for me to go through like all details, and I expect you to have an intermediate knowledge of multicast, routing, VxLAN, and yeah, that would be enough. So let me just quickly come up with a diagram of what we're going to achieve here. So the goal here is to extend the VxLAN eVPN from one data center to another through a sort of interconnection that can be like an L2 VPN or L3 VPN on its own, offered by a service provider. So we're not going to get into detail, but the point is that we're going to just extend the connection. And in this scenario, there's a bunch of ways to implement this, like having a separate OR gateway or having super spines. But for the purpose of this lab, what I'm going to do is to leverage the spines to implement the BGW. BGW, to give you a quick overview, is the gateway that kind of relay the VxLAN eVPN traffic between two sites. And this is one of the main components. So I'm going to be configuring everything from scratch in terms of the routing, multicast, and everything. But as I said, I assume that you're already familiar with the concept because, yeah, I don't have the time to go into details. So let me just replicate these diagrams quick. So this would be my first, this is lead A. So we'll leave B. This one will be leave C. This one I'll call it spine 1, and yeah, spine A, and I would consider this data center 1. These leaves are all connected to this spine here, and over here we have spine B, and I'll call this DC2. There's going to be another leaf here that is connected. I'll call leaf D. Technically it's a separate leaf because different data center, but for the sake of this diagram and to keep everything neat and clean, I'm just going to call it leaf D. So what's going to happen here is that we're going to have a bunch of L2 VNI and L3 VNIs. So if I want to put real quick, let me see how I can come up with text. Okay, that's cool. So let me just see. Okay, I'll call this one the VNI 10,000. That is gonna be mapped to VLAN 11. We're gonna have, okay, let me just rearrange it real quick. We're gonna have another VNI. So it's gonna be VLAN 12 and VLAN 3000 will be VLAN 13. These VNIs are all layer 2 VNIs, and in order for us to be able to route between the VNIs, even without having the multi-site concept, we're gonna need to have an L3 VNI, right? So for that purpose, I'm gonna put aside another one, call this VNI 50,000. I like the VLAN like 1,000. So this is for sake of routing. So I've got like a bunch of clients here, and the IP addresses that we're gonna use in terms of the endpoints are gonna be, let me just replicate one of these. Text, and real quick, 192.168.1.0. I'm gonna have 1.0 here, /24, that would represent VLAN 11. The other one will be 2. That would kind of, let me put this one here. Maybe I'm gonna add L3 behind this. Okay, so this one goes to VLAN 11. This one goes to VLAN 12, and this one goes to VLAN 13. Okay, so the way the client's been connected is that based on the last octet. So if I have a 1 here, like take it, and there's 192.168.1.0, if the last octet is 1, it means that this client is connected, has been connected to leaf A. If it's 2, it's been connected to leaf B, and so on and so forth. In total, we're gonna have like 4 variables in terms of, because we have 4 leaves. And the same, for instance, 192.168.3.4 would be like a client that's being connected to leaf D. So the goal here is just to interconnect these clients so that we'll have reachability between the two sides. So just to give you a real quick terminology of the thing, so there's a bunch of things that you got to take into consideration. This link is called DCI, and we need to configure that as DCI, meaning is the interconnection that will be connecting the two spines, and the links facing the leaves will be called, they're going to call in terms of multi-site, they're going to be called fabric. So that's how we're going to configure like the links. The other thing that is of paramount importance is the implementations that have been kind of offered by Cisco and IEEE. So the one that is just best practice is they call it IEI, meaning that we're gonna have like an IBGP for the underlay, an EBGP for the overlay, and another IBGP for the underlay. So what I mean here is that we're gonna have like an IBGP like OSPF in the underlay, where we're gonna advertise on the loopbacks and the interconnections for the sake of reachability. And on top of that, we're gonna build, so we're not talking about the multi-site. This is what you're gonna have to do even when you're configuring the eVPN like BGP. So the other one would be the overlay that will just ride on top of the IBGP that's been configured. That also can be ISIS. So the overlay here would be BGP, the address family L2 VPN. That's how we're going to advertise all those, MAC and IP addresses based on the configuration on the interface MV. And this is just for the simple, like VxLAN eVPN, right? Now we need to extend this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this and we're gonna add another underlay BGP, and this is not L2 VPN in this case. This is IPv4, and this is like the BGP for sake of advertising on loopback IP addresses between the spines so that we can build the multi-site tunnel in order to be able to relay these two data centers or like whatever data centers that you've got at your disposal. And on top of this IBGP, like, sorry, this EBGP, so let me just also add E. On top of this EBGP, we're gonna have another overlay because that will ride on top of the previously configured eBGP. We're gonna have an overlay eBGP where we're gonna have this time L2 VPN address family for connectivity. And this is where we actually advertise on the MAC and IP like eVPN addresses in the address family. So, okay, without further ado, let's just jump into the configuration real quick, and I'll try to optimize the configuration, meaning that I'll configure one of the spines, and once that one's gonna be done, I'm just gonna copy and paste and tune the configuration. So this is the spine A. Okay, let's just start by enabling a bunch of features that we'll need. So the first one would PIN for multicast. The next one would be OSPF. The next one would be BGP. I'm going to also enable LLDP for the sake of verification. MB overlay. This is for the eVPN and also the MV interface. And also once we enable that one, we're going to have MV overlay eVPN. So in terms of the features, so I have PIM, OSPF, BGP, LDP, MV overlay. Okay, the other one I'm gonna need is the WAN segment VLAN based. This is for like the VNI configuration. And I think that's about it in terms of the features that I'm gonna also, yeah, of course, I'm gonna need the interface VLAN for the sake of inter VNI routing, like the L3 VNI, right? So, okay, I've got all the features, so let's just start by configuring the OSPF class. So I'm gonna call it OSPF on delay. This is just for the reachability. So I'm just gonna come up with like a bunch of IPs off the top of my head. So router ID, I'm gonna use in this case, let me do 10.0, 10.1. This is gonna be the interface loopback 0. Bear in mind that we're gonna need like a bunch of loopback IP addresses on the BGW aside from the loopback 0. So as I'm gonna configure, I'm gonna just put the description so that you can understand. So this is what I'm gonna do for the router. The IP address is gonna be 10.0.10.1/32. IP pin sparse mode. Of course, this is for the multicast IP router OSPF underlay area 0. So far so good. So let me just take a look at the configuration so that I can replicate this one as far as I can. So I'm gonna put the description for this one. This is gonna be the VTAP source. Okay, I'm gonna take these two parts, IP pin and IP router OSPF underlay, and the IP address for this one. This is for the sake of the loopback, right? This is the loopback one that's gonna be the tab. So I'm gonna go with 10.0.11. It doesn't matter, just 254/32, right? This is the VTAP source. Okay, there you go. The next one would be the loopback 100. This is for the multi-site. So I would call it eVPN MultiSite. Again, I'm gonna just paste the famous sparse mode and the OSPF configuration and IP is 10.0.12.254/32. And the last but not least is the Anycast loopback IP address that's going to be used for the rendezvous point. So I'm gonna call it anycast underline IP. Paste relevant configuration and the IP address 10.0.13.254/10. Right, so far so good. So I've got all the loopback addresses. So on top of that, I'm gonna go pim RP. So my RP here is gonna be 10.0.32. Sorry, what was the Anycast RP? Yeah, 10.0.13.254. And what you have to do is also to map this IP address to the underlay IP address. This is what you have to do in terms of the Anycast. And the loopback in this case was what 10.0, was it 10.1? I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 10.0.10.1. So there you go. This is my multicast configuration. So I'm gonna just go ahead and configure the interfaces connecting to my leads. So the first one is 149. This is the one that's connected to the leaf A. So I'm gonna just put the description here. Leaf A. So here is 10.0.0. I'm gonna use just 10.0.0.1 and /30, and that would be for this IP pin sparse mode, IP router or SPF, and then lay area 0 for the sake of faster convergence. I'm gonna put IP or SPF network point to point, and that's about it. And okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and configure the DCI tracking. So, sorry, the fabric tracking. This is the one that is just one of the prerequisites in terms of the multi-site. So the command would be eVPN MultiSite fabric tracking. And eVPN MultiSite. Okay, but in order to enable for me to be able to do that, I gotta enable the BGW feature. So I'm gonna do that part later. Okay, so I've got this far show run interface ETH149. So good to go. So okay. Also, I need to know shop. So let me just grab the configuration real quick and replicate that for ETH151. That this one is gonna be connected to leaf B. Aside from the IP address, no, I can't even use the IP address. No, I'm gonna put that manually because so the IP address would be 10.0.0. I'm gonna use just the next subnet that would be 455. So I have a tendency to use the lower IP address for like these spines, so that's why I'm going for 5, and the previous one was 1. So like the leaf in this case will be 6. So I've got this one configured. So let's jump into the 153 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Description, leaf C, I'll call it. I have the configuration here. So the only thing I'll need is going to be 10.0.0, and this one would be 9. Yeah. So I've got the basic configuration here. So what I'm gonna do at this stage is to let's go ahead and configure the VLAN. So the first one will be VLAN 11, as I told you, and the VN segment for this one is gonna be 30,000. Well, let's go with 10,000. So what I told you before. VNI segment for this one, 30,000. These are all the L2 VNIs, and I'm going to come up with VLAN 1000 as I explained in the beginning, and this one I'll assign 50,000. So far, so good. Now we're gonna move to the VR. So I'm gonna go with the VRF context. This is the tenant, where you just defined the VNI for the sake of L3 VNI. So this one, the VNI is 50,000, right? RD, this is what we're gonna need for eVPN. Another family to be able to advertise on this route. This is just the route distinguisher, and on top of that, we're gonna need the route target. Sorry, I'm gonna go under the address family. IPv4 unicast and route target, both. What am I doing? Both auto and another one both auto eVPN. This is for the eVPN. So I have the VRF configured. Now it's time for me to move to eVPN, where we're gonna define the VNI, the L2 VNI. Right. So the first one will be 10,000, and the VNI is L2. What I'm gonna need is also RD auto and route targets, both, if I'm not mistaken, auto, right? Yeah. I'm gonna replicate that one real quick so that this one is 20,000. Also L2, RD, don't forget the RD because it's really important. Without it, it's not gonna work in terms of L3 routing. Between the VNIs, RD, auto, route target, both auto, and so far so good. And without any hesitation, I'm gonna just move to the BGP. I'm gonna call this one 65010. So this is gonna data center one. So this one is gonna be the route reflector. So I'm just gonna go ahead with all the neighbors that will be required here. So in terms of, in order just to have like an elegant configuration, I'm just gonna use IP address in the same range of loopback, but like the first one was this fine, the second one will be the first leaf, like the leaf A, where the remote AS, this is gonna be IBGP, remote AS is 65010, update source is gonna be loopback 0, and this is where you're gonna, this is the overlay for just the intrasite communication. So the address family L2, VPN, eVPN, and yeah, you gotta send community both, and yeah, so it's gonna send all the communities for you. And let's move to the other neighbor. Sorry, also I'm gonna need to have the route reflected. Route reflector clients. I'm gonna move to the leaf B configuration. Now, free update source loopback 0. Span to VPN, send community, both, of course, route reflected client. And the last but not least will be leaf C on data center 1. So I'm gonna configure 4 for that purpose. Data source loopback 0, address family, L2 VPN, reflector client, and send community both. Okay, so far so good. So I have all the configuration here in terms of the BGP. So run BGP just for the underlay intrasite. So let's just expand that concept. So we're gonna need a bunch of additional configuration in order to make it work, right? So what I didn't configure was the DCI link that I think in this case is 154, right? So let's just go ahead and configure interface ETH. Let me also enable the eVPN MultiSite because to be able to use to leverage. So we're gonna board gateway sites, and this is site ID. I'm gonna go 1000. This is unique site ID per data center. So now I'm gonna have it enabled. This is a delay restore, just tuning configuration. So delay restore time 300. Now I'll be able to configure the DCI and the fabric track. So let's just configure the DCI interconnection. That, of course, in this lab is just like a direct cable between the spines. So I'm gonna just put a description spine D, the other one, or spine 2, or spine DC2. Yeah, it's just more descriptive. IP address, I would like to use 10, 100, 101, where the slash is gonna be 30, and on top of that, eVPN MultiSite DCI tracking and no shot. So once I'm here, I'm gonna just go ahead and real quick ETH1, ETH51, and there was another one, ETH1, 52, right? So I'm gonna eVPN MultiSite, and these are gonna be the fabric links towards, like, my leaves. So they should be configured as fabric. So now let's just move back to the BGP. So what I'm gonna need here is to have the underlay eBGP between through the DCI link. So neighbor will be 10, 100, 102 that I'm gonna configure later, where the remote AS will be 61020. And on top of that, of course, the update source here will be PH154. There's another thing that is of paramount importance here, so make it more and elegant. I'm going to come up with a route map because we will need to advertise on those loopbacks that I configured earlier, right? So I'm just going to configure route map conf direct to where I'm going to match based on tag, and these tags I'll configure on all those loopbacks. So interface loopback 0, ideas 10, 0, 10, 1, / 32, tag is 30 and 30. I could have done this before, it's kind of slipped off my mind. So the next one, I think that was 11. Just let's be sure about it. So yeah, ideas 10, 0, 11, 2, 5, 4, / 32, tag 13, 13, right? Back 100. And I said, being this one, 12. Look back 254. 13. Carry the. Yes, okay. There you go. Now I'm gonna move back to the router B65010. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna configure an added family IPv4 unicast well. I'm gonna redistribute this direct interfaces based on the route map that I created earlier. That one called direct. So I'll advertise only these routes through the eBGP that goes through the DCI between the two spines, right? So that one's configured. So the other thing that I'm gonna need to configure here is the overlay in terms of the multi-site. That's gonna be what? That's gonna be the loopback IP address that I'll configure on the spine 2. And since I picked 10.0.10.1 here, I'm gonna just change the third octet to 10.0.20. So okay, that would be 10.0.21. Where the mode AS is gonna be 65.0.20. This is the address family. Okay, so really important here. Update source loopback 0. Address family. LTVPN, eVPN, and what we're gonna do here is a bunch of things. Multi-hop because it's eBGP and we're using the loopback, so we're gonna need to just add the this command in order to make it work. So eBGP multi-hub, it's gonna be 5% community. Sorry, that was before. Okay, on the address family, send community both, and there is a little configuration that is really important here for the overlay eBGP, and that is peer type. That is going to be fabric. Is there? So let's just take a look at the BGP configuration so far to see if we have everything. So we've got the distribute direct with the route map, 10.0.10.2, first leaf, the second one, there's families all over there. And this is the eBGP, the overlay, 10.0.21, peer type, fabric external, and that one is the other eBGP for the underlay. You don't need anything fancy over there. There is a little configuration that you also need to add under the address family into VPN eVPN, and that is the rewrite eVPN RT for the sake of, multi-site to work. So, okay, looks really good and promising. Okay, like one of the points it's kind of tricky here is to advertise the tenant configured on a BGP. So I'm gonna advertise on those address family, like this address family IPv4 cast for the VRF that I'll configure later for the interface VLANs for the sake of L2, L3, like L3 connectivity between the VNIs. So I'm gonna distribute direct again the same. So far, so good. So this is spine A. I have my BGP full configured. So the other thing that I'm gonna need is interface VLAN 11. This one is for the sake of the VNI 11, and because I'm gonna have L3 routing, so I'll need to configure all the interface VLANs with one little trick I'm gonna show you. So this is gonna be VRF number tenants. One where the IP address I told you 192.168.1.254/24, right? The other one will be 12. Oh, sorry, VRF 14 because that's gonna wipe the IP address. 2, no shot here. VLAN 11, no shot there. Interface VLAN 15, no shot. Yeah, member tenants. Okay, I've got this one complete. Now, this is the tricky part of the routing in terms of VNI, and then you need to configure. Of course, that's the interface VLAN for the VLAN 1000 that is being mapped to the VNI 50,000 tenants, the VR to tenants. So you will not configure any IP address here, but you gotta configure IP forwards. That's gonna be more than enough. And of course, no IP redirect. But the IP forward does the trick in terms of IPv4 routing. And if you wanted to have the IPv6 also configure under your, and the interfaces, you could have just go ahead and add IPv6 as well. So that's about it for the VLAN 1000. So I think I have like all the necessary configurations of the routing, the underlay, the overlay. So the other important part of the multi-site is the MV course. I mean, even without the multi-site, this is something that we will have to configure. So here I'm gonna multi-site for a gateway interface. It will look like 100, basically the one that I created earlier. So host reachability protocol BGP. Then I'm gonna map the member VNIs here using what I configured. So let's just start with 10,000. The first one was 10,000. So what you'll do here is that you don't use multicast in terms of multi-site. So because you're going to be using the L2 VPN AFI. So in order to make that work, you got to use ingress replication protocol BGP. This is the other trick. What am I doing? Okay, the same 30,000 with replication. Last but not least, the L3 VNI. That's gonna be VNI 50,000. And here you just add this command, associate VR, saying that this one's bound to VR. And that's about it in terms of the interface MB. I always say, let me just double check if I have everything configured. Of course, sorry that there's little config, the source interface that is going to be loopback 1. So that's the source interface, and that's it, of course. And I'm gonna no shut this one. And yeah, your IP OSPF interface brief. Yeah, good. Like 149, 151, 153, look like 0, 100, 2, IP15 face brief as well. Yeah, I had enabled everywhere show BGPL to VPN. eVPN summary. I gotta need to have like a bunch of like neighbors, of course, are idle because I haven't configured anything, and show BGP IP before unicast summary. This is for the underlay. I must have missed a little configuration under the BGP because show run BGP because address family IP before unicast and 10.0. Yeah, there you go. No address family on the BGP or the eBGP underlay. Getting the neighbor and 100, 102 address family IP for unicast. There you go, that's show BGP IP for unicast summary. And there you go, I have another one. So let's just copy everything. Copy on start. So far, so good. Now, what we're gonna need here is this beautiful Notepad++, which is gonna save us great deal of time, right? So I'm gonna go start with the spine 2. Start. This is one I configured. So I'm just gonna show, copy paste everything here and customize for the other spine. All the features. Multi-site configuration and enabling unique ID. So for data center 2 is gonna be 2000. VPN configuration, only VLAN kind of stuff, and then okay, go. I can just real quick man the configuration to reflect the one configuring the other one. So I'm gonna use just two, 3. That would be for the sake of the Anycast, which is loopback 254. This is loopback 0. The rest is gonna be the same. This is tenant, and there you go. Okay, so let's continue. Interface VLAN 11. Yeah, of course, it's gonna be the same. Yeah, but there's a little thing that I forgot to enable, and that's fabric forwarding in order to have like the same MAC address, regardless of the the MAC address has been configured on the interface VLAN. That's just like sort of optimization. But we're gonna get that part later. Okay. So this is the interface MBE. It's gonna be the same. Mostly there's no IP address here. In this case, there's only one leaf. Data center 2. Okay, just okay. I'm gonna use 2 here, 2 1, leave with 2 2. Okay, and okay. Other one, of course, is the DC to DC interconnection. Gonna enable DCI tracking, obviously. Where's that link? Multi-site capability. VxLAN eVPN. Okay. That one can also configure it. Okay. Go back to IP addresses. And of course, I'm gonna need to grab eGPN. You see, it's not that complicated in terms of when you get the hang of the configuration, you can just configure like one of the spines and just replicate and tune the config. So, okay, in this case, if you look back, if you remember, I said I'm going to use 20. Okay, I'm going to just change 1 to 2, and it gets RP 2 3. Exactly. Let me just check out real quick if I configure it to RPS 2 3. Yes, 10 0 20 32 5 4. That's gonna be go back and okay, of course, the router, the L3 configuration, and BGP. It's gonna be way shorter here in terms of BGP. It's okay. First, let me just correct this file, and then this file ID is 21 and BGP is 020. Okay, that's gonna be the same. This is the neighbor. In this case, it's gonna be 22. That is the leaf D. Remove the AX will be 20. Address family. Route client. We're not gonna need that because there's only one leaf here. And then I don't have neighbor 3 and 4. So all I'm gonna configure here is the underlay and overlay, eBGP. That would be these 2 babies. Okay, 221. This is 10.01. This is the overlay. EBGP. Back to DC1. Loop back 0. Fabric external. And the neighbor here, of course, is going to be like 1. That's the other thing. Source interface. Okay, that's about it. The only outstanding part is going to be the eVPN. That I'm going to just define my 2VNI under the eVPN. That's about it. So let's just go ahead and of course copy and paste. It's fine too. Okay, so pull it up real quick. Let's find the D. Also, I can show you just completely empty, no configuration. And also the model, you can see it is 93,000, I think, what was it? Yeah, 9318 DCX. Okay, let's just paste all the config here real quick. It's gonna save you a ton of time when it comes to configuring, because I could have done the configuration on Notepad purely, but I might have ended up having a bunch of typos. So this fashion, you're just gonna use the real equipment or like whatever you're using in your lab, and then you just replicate that. So there's gonna be no errors. So as you can see, let me copy one start. And OSPF. Yeah, I have loopback 0, 100, 214, 14. Of course, they're all down because it's not connected. The interface is still, I mean, it's connected. It's just shut down on leave. Still BGP IPv4 unicast summary. I gotta have, of course, you can see that I had the BGP, the eBGP underlay routing already established, and show BG. I'm gonna have those loopback IP addresses that are up, like loopback 0, and like all the tag interfaces that are in other state going to be advertised. Show BGP IPv4 unicast neighbor 10 101 advertise. So there you go, that's it. And routes received. So these are the ones that I have received so far, and I gotta have another address family built. That is the overlay for the multi-site summary. Yeah, and as you can see, that one is being established because the other spline has been completed. So without, yeah, let's just go ahead and configure like this spline. So sorry, the deletes. So I'm gonna start with leave A, and let's just replicate the config real quick. I still have configuration clipboard, right? So okay, I'm not gonna need this neighbor, of course. Neither this one. Those are just for the BGP, the BGW configuration, specific to BGW, right? So all I'm gonna need here in terms of the, so I'm just getting a bit ahead of myself, but doesn't matter. I can just, in terms of amendment, I can start just from here. So this is data center one, leaf A. So the AS, if you recall, is 65010. The same route map. The neighbor is going to be 10.1. That is like the first spine and remote address is IBGP 10, loopback 0, and the address family, and that's it. And I have the correct router ID. I'm not gonna need the loopback 254, of course. Those are just for the BGW. This is the VTEP source, so I could have used, okay, this is 21, I'm gonna go 110. This is for the VTEP source, and of course 10.2 is the one that I figured over there. Let me see, what is this? Okay, ECI tracking, I don't need this kind of stuff. Also, all I'm gonna need here is just spine A or spine 1, whatever. If I recall correctly, I used 0, so this one's gonna be 2. Okay, this is where I gotta amend the whole configuration in terms of VPN. That is different configuration. So it's not multi-site, first thing first. So let me just amend the NVR. So here, what I'm gonna need is multicast group, and I'm gonna just go ahead and use 239.0.0.100, just like this hearers, but I haven't limited the RPN is listening on the home multicast range. So 239.0.0.100, host reachability protocol BGP, source interface loopback 1, and yeah, there you go, that's it. Force VLAN 1000, again the same. VLAN 13, 12, I'm not touch those. VN segments the same. Okay, this is configuration. I'm not gonna need here. IP pin. I could have configured the phantom RP, meaning that you just configure like a /30 on the loopback, and you configure the RP as a non-existent IP, but because you have the prefix in the routing table, so like only the routers will be like going to that particular loopback interface for sake of the multicast routing. But that's when you're gonna need to have redundancy. But in this case, I have just one spine, so I just use the real IP address. That's in this case 10.0.23. Sorry, this is for the other one is 13, right? 10.0.13.254. Let me double check. Sure runs to this loopback 254. 10.0.13.254. Okay. And no multi-site here on the leaves. That's it. See, and I'm gonna be more efficient for the remaining leaves because I have base config. It's just a matter of replication. So let me just replicate it real quick here. So it's gonna be leaf 2, leaf 1, leaf 1, 2. This is gonna be leaf 3. This is gonna be leaf 4, 5. Not that bad. Let me take a look at my cell phone real quick. Okay. Still have time, so we are which is going really good as I expected. So okay, let me just man the config real quick. So this is the leaf 4 that is on DC2, so the underlay will be 22, the BGP, the eBGP, like the IBGP 65020. The neighbor is going to be 21, the one is of course 20, talking about the same side. Loopback IP address, this is the other side, right? So 2100. Doesn't matter, I can use just 3110. And this is my loopback. Here it's going to be 22. What yeah, matches my OSPF router ID, and okay, I configured that one as 2. So the interface to spine 249 was just 10.0.2.1. Let's just double check. Showing 149. 10.0.2.1, yeah, correct. So this is going to be 10.0.2.2. The rest of the configuration, the NVN and stuff is going to be the same. The VLAN IP4. Of course, I'm not going to touch that part at all. Okay, leave 3. So you got the idea. It's really efficient because I made sure my configuration was correct. So, okay, this is the leave C. Because it's connected to route reflector, it's going to be the same terms with BGP, but the only difference is going to be the loopback IP address. That will be 10.0.10.4. And of course, this one I used, I changed 2100. This is 4. eVPN MultiSite. Why do I have this config here? I'm not going to need this. Spine 110.0. No, this is the last leaf on the first data center. So that was 9. This is going to be 10. The rest of the config looks fine to me. I just have a redundant fabric track, and of course it's not going to be applied because I haven't enabled that one. That was on the 4th leaf. So this is the second leaf. So the loopback IP address is going to be 10.0.10.3. Configurations in terms of the route reflector is going to be the same. The loopback also is going to be 3 matches my OSPF router ID. The VTEC source, I'm going to change it to 120, right? Let me check real quick. The other one was 130. I mean, it doesn't matter, but since I'm going, I have a bit of OCD in terms of configuration. So this one is the 3rd leaf. 130, and this is the 2nd leaf. It's gonna be 120. Okay, sounds about right. This is the loopback IP address. Okay, now we have the sending part. This one is gonna be the 5.6. So this is towards my spine. That's it. Let's just go ahead and keep our fingers crossed. I might have left out like teeny tiny config, but we're just gonna go ahead, check it. I mean, that's the beauty of having it like live configuration, right? And you're going to see how I'm going to troubleshoot that in case I ran into any hiccup. So, okay, this is the leaf one. That's how it's been configured here. There's a DNS leaf patch. Okay. Right here you see empty, nothing. Also, let me show you the version. This one is, I think, 93 240 YC FX2. Because the generation is important for the multi-site. You gotta just check that. So let's just paste config. Okay, you see that was the redundant eVPN multi-site. It wasn't, didn't get applied. Doesn't matter. Continue on, start. Oh, I should have done something here before. Like, let me just connect to one of the clients. If you remember, I told you 1.2 means this is the first subnet, 192.168.1, and 2 means the second leaf. So if I take the IP address here, you're gonna see that this is 1.2 and it's been connected to the second leaf. Of course, let me show you that there is no reachability, but I mean the interface I haven't configured still, but just so that you'll see. So the minimum is that I should be able to just reach out to the interface VLAN, right? But since this one hasn't been configured yet, the user-facing interface towards the PC, so there is no reachability. It's just packet links because it's not being configured. We're gonna get to that one real quick. So let me just paste the also. Let's not just get ahead of ourselves. Let me just do a bunch of applications. Show BGP L2 VPN eVPN. Summer. Yeah, there you go. You see, I have. It means that everything else is working because the eVPN just rides on top of the OSPF, and without it in place, it wouldn't have done established. Ensure IP team RP. This is the RP that I configured, and show IP MROUT. I shouldn't see anything. I think I did I, yeah, because I enabled the MBE, so I'm seeing, like you see, 239.0.0.100. I always join this tree. So leaf 2, okay, that was leaf 1. This is leaf 2. Real quick. Leaf, yeah, the way it's being named here is leaf B. Okay, admin. Okay. Your own features, stuff, prerequisites. Yeah, again, that eVPN MultiSite doesn't matter. Didn't get applied. Go to one. Start by running config to start config. Yeah, did I do? I put it to a new file. Okay, status. So speaking of your IP route, OSPF, okay. Already have, your IP OSPF database. I have like, the OSPF database, populate all this good stuff, your IP ping, RP. This is the RP show IP M route, show BGP keep always do VPN summary, and even you see this one's also being established. I think I might be able to see a bunch of routes, but no, because I haven't enabled the, no, yeah, I'm seeing because I have the yeah, I have the VNIs configured, so I'm just seeing a bunch of MAC routes, but not anything coming from the clients still. Ten zero ten one. This is coming from this one, of course. This is the route reflected client. And okay, we're gonna get to that part real quick after we're done with the other one. Leave C, right? And then also checking it's just empty. Okay, leave C. Beautiful. Unblemished. Clicking on start. Currently appears already. Show IP route. Let me see. SPF has been established. Show BGP. Include eVPN. Fine. It's idle. Wait to see. Show IP route 10.0.10.1. Yeah, I already have this through OSPF, so it's gonna take a while. Yeah, this one's also set. Show BGP. L2 eVPN. Yeah, I've got a bunch of routes going back and forth. And this is the lab. Okay, let's do a real quick verification. Let's see if we're gonna have intra-site reachability, not leveraging the multi-site. We're not gonna go to the other sites, right? Let's see if our MVE configuration is correct and everything in terms of the L2 and L3 VNIs locally. So show MV here. Okay, this one's up. I'm gonna just go ahead and quickly configure the user-facing interface as this one. So that's gonna be switchboard mode, trunk, spanning tree, port, type, edge, trunk, and go run interface. I think it's also shot, no shot. And I'm gonna replicate the same config to the other leaves. And there you go. Show maybe here is to check if I have all the MVN stuff on. Okay, this is the user, as I showed you before. In the first subnet connected to the second leaf. So 192.168.1. Let's just check the interface VLAN to see if the layer 2 connectivity is okay or what. Okay. So now let's just see if we can reach the other user that is connected to the first leaf. Also, let me just show you the MAC address. so that I'll know. So as you can see right now, this is 192.168.1.254, right? And the MAC address ends in 69D. So let's just make sure that this one's connected to leaf B, right? So all I need to do is show interface VLAN 11. As you can see, 69DF, 69DF, D557, 10B3. So it means that this one's connected to the second leaf, right? Okay. So, okay. So let's just check the L2 VNIs. So 192.168.1.1. This is connected to the leaf one. There you go. So the reachability is there. This is the leaf 3. It means the MBE is working. Let's just go enter VNI. That means we're going to be leveraging the VNI 50,000, right? So 192.168.2, for instance, this is 3 that is connected to the leaf 3. Oh, beautiful. So 1, there you go. So this is working intra-site in terms of the L2, L3 VNIs. So let's just do a final configuration of the last leaf of DC2 and see if the multi-site will also be working. Okay, so leaf B. Oh, there you go. Okay, I think I have the. No, I have the interface PH. Let me just configure secret mode. This is connected to the user. Spanning tree, port type, edge, tank, classic no shot. Okay, this is user facing configuration interface, and this is the whole config. And of course, once we're done, I'm gonna just show you a bunch of verification commands to see like how you can troubleshoot and verify the way it is working. And I haven't optimized the configuration in terms of the fabric forwarding using like a unique MAC address, but it doesn't matter. So the important thing is just to get this reachability, meaning that the multi-site is working. So copy, run, start. There you go. Show MB here. Please show BGPL to VPN. VPN summary. Show IP or HTTP neighbor. Okay, so it's full. And there you go. We have it. Show BGPL to VPN. I believe we got a bunch. I think from what I can see, all the routes been propagated, right? So show MV here. Okay, the MV here not up still. Let's just try to initiate a ping from this client that is connected to leaf 2 192.168.1.4. This is gonna be intersite going through the multi-site, but I think I didn't enable the MV interface on the spine, so that's the other thing that I'm gonna need to do before doing anything. So let me just real quick go to the spine to check. Show MV peers. Okay. don't recall. I don't recall that one. Show MVP here. Okay, it's all being enabled. Let me also just real quick connect to this client that is 1.4. So IPPM RP. RP is 10.0.13.254. There's a loopback 254 if you recall. 10.0. Okay, the RP is wrong. See, that's like one of the issues here, at least from what I can see. Be careful when you just copy and paste so that you wouldn't end up troubleshooting just typo. Show run ping. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this bad out and just amend the configuration to reflect what should be here. Is 23, right? This is the one. Technically, let me show you one more time on the spine D. This is loopback 24 and against RP. Let me also check my RP config here. Show run ping. Okay, RP is 10.0.23.24. Okay. 254, and that one's being mapped to the loopback 0. So run interface loop 0, right? And 0.21. Okay, that's good. Show IPM row. Let's see if anyone's joined the trail. Yeah, there you go. 23900 is already joined. So, okay, let me just go back to that loop. See here, a 1.4. And MultiSite is not still working. So it would have been really easy, right? If it had worked. So let me do a bunch of troubleshooting here in terms of what I can do here is just IP address, right? I'm gonna grab MAC address and check the L2 VPN eVPN table on the Leafd to see if this one's been advertised over there. So this is one to right. So this is the MAC address. Let me go here. Show IPPM RP. Let me see if that was correct. Show MVE here. Why there is no MVE here? That's one of the issues. Show interface MVE1. Wait, source interface loopback 0. Source reachability protocol BGP. Source interface loopback 0. Am I missing something here? 1000, 2000. Show run VLAN. Show MVE here. Show BGP. Okay, I'm gonna get to that part later. I think I'm gonna need to generate traffic from that user over there. So let me just check this MAC address here that I just grabbed. So let's just go here to see if we're learning this MAC address. Okay, there you go. You see, I have the MAC address coming through the L2 VPN, but what the issue might be is just traffic. Let me also double check one thing real quick. The ping 192. Let me check the IP address. 1.4, right? Ping 192.168.1.254. Let's see if I can reach to the. Okay. The VLAN reachability is here. IP neighbor. Let me just verify the MAC address. 8897. So that one should match the MAC address configured under the interface VLAN 11, right? So there you go, 8897 7548 4CE1. So there you go. It matches. Let me see if even that ping generated, I mean, just initiated some sort of, like, caused the MVE interfaces to come up. Yeah, there you go. Sometimes it's just a matter of generating a ping or something, a little traffic. So let me see if I can reach to this site. Still not going through, and I don't like it. Why is it not going through? Okay, let me just go to this file and check the multi-site config. Show eVPN multi. Sorry, show forward. Show MB. Show MB multi-site. Show MB multi-site. DCI link. Yeah, this is a DCI link going into the data center for fabric link. Fabric link is off. The other one is off. Show MB peers. The connections are going back and forth. The funny thing is that even though I have like the MAC address of that particular client coming through, and then that one's been replicated, right? Well, no. Let's try to generate traffic from this host back to the destination. Okay, I'm gonna do another thing, and that is I'm gonna take the, where's the MAC address? Okay. I mean, it's kind of easy to identify because it ends with 1014. So I'm gonna go to leave, for instance, A to MVE here. So I have only MVE interfaces up and running. So what I need to do is show VGPL to VPN, eVPN. And I'm gonna put that like it. I could have suppressed R, meaning that instead of the, on top of the MAC address, I would have learned the IP address, all the users in my table. That would have been just kind of easier in terms of troubleshooting, verification. So as you can see, this one is even valid and it's being learned. And let's just verify the route distinguisher has been generated. There's just one route, and that's the best. And that's coming from 10.0.10.1 as you can see, and that one is the spine one. And I should somewhere here see the loopback 254. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Meaning it's coming through like the other side. This is the multi-site loopback, which is loopback 100, right? This is loopback 100, 10.0.254. Yeah, this is an eBGP, so it's just advertising on those eBGP routes to the IBGP towards the leaves, and I have it over there. So one is loopback 100, 22. The other one is 22.254. It is kind of weird. Let me try VPN interface. I mean, I have like the I can show IP, show BGPL2 VPN in VPN summary. I have all the MAC addresses going back and forth, so it means that this is working. And show MV peers up and running. But let me take a look at the MV config here. Show VLAN 11, 12, 13. Okay, let me pull up another client, like 2, 3, for instance. this is the second subnet connected to the third link. So let's just check the intra-site connectivity. For instance, let's go same subnet, differently. 2.1 is working. Of course, 2.3 is working. Let's go to the DC2. Not working. I think one of the okay. I think that can be because of the fabric forwarding configuration that I didn't do. So let's just go ahead and implement, meaning that we're going to just use a unique MAC address on all the like interfaces in terms of VLANs for the clients and the one for like the L3VM. So the command is like fabric forwarding, what was it, anycast, gateway MAC IP address. So I'm going to say 0000013. 13. This is going to be something that I'll configure on all the other routers. So fabric forwarding, and then well, what I'm going to have to do is to go on an interface VLAN, like the interface VLANs like 11, 12, and 13, and fabric forwarding, that's it. Mode anycast gateway. So let me also expand this to 12 and 13. This was spine A. Then we do the same. Leave A. 11. All templates, so easy. Interface 11, 12. Leave C, I have one more. 11 fabric forwarding mode and gateway. And this is the last one. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, and gateway. Yeah, I have all here some stuff going show also. This is like one of the good commands that you can use. Show how to route, what was it, MAC, for instance, all to see. Okay, see, you can see these are MAC addresses that I've learned. This is the L route table. And like this one is coming from BGP, the other one local BGP. That means it's coming like from a multi-site. So okay, let's go back here and just general normal ping. I mean, this was one of the assumptions that I had, but obviously it's not working. But I mean, it's good to in terms of the optimization. So let me just show you how it works. If you just check it out, you can see this is the MAC address that I'm learning. So in terms of redundancy, if you wanted to have like multiple, like if you have VPC or stuff that like the clients connect it to like different leaves, you know, there wouldn't be any convergence because you're just using this unique MAC address. It's gonna be the same. Of course, you in terms of VPC, we could have, if we had VPC, we should have amended the config a little bit to incorporate that. That's a big deal, just like a bunch of extra commands that you add on the interface MVE to advertise the virtual Mac, and the other one on the BGP address family to advertise the PIP. So that's like a different topic, but just want to scratch the surface of that. So for you, so let's just 192.168. Let's just go inter-site, like sorry, intra-site. This is DC2, so I'm gonna try to reach out. I think if I'm not mistaken, I have a client and the other subnet connected this one. Yeah, so this intra-site is working, obviously, meaning the VNI and stuff is working. So the inter-site, the multi-site, is not working, and that is something that I need to dig a bit deeper to see what's going on. Because I have the what I don't get. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me just go back here real quick. Okay, and the peers. I have all the peers. Show run BGP. I mean, I'm just learning all the routes and stuff, but you know, it doesn't hurt to double check the configuration. So yeah, I'm advertising like it's directly connected to the route map. Tag loopback IP addresses and one interface VLAN 1000. Do I have it here? Oh, bro. You see, it's rookie mistake. This one's shut. So this is the interface VLAN 1000 shut. And most probably it was leveraging the other one on the spine. So let me see if that one's also shut. How did it happen? Oh, let me show IP interface with VRF tenant. Oh yeah, there you go. So for that, just thinking how the hell it works, because this is for the sake of interface VLAN, the L3 VNI. It was shut, the interface, maybe on that particular one. Let me see. Let me check out the IP interface with VRF on 10. It's unbelievable. I don't know how did it happen. Because still IP interface free VR tenant. Admin down. Interface VLAN. Okay, I think I know how it worked. I put the interface VLAN, the other ones, in a tenant where you shouldn't. The only one that goes under the tenant, like the VR, whatever you have, is the L3 VNI. So I'm gonna amend that config. I'm gonna show you. Interface VLAN 1000, no shots, right? this is redundant. You don't need that part. The only one that goes on the tenant, like the VR, whatever you name it, is the L3 VNI, where you put the IP forward. Sorry, my bad. So go on VxLAN 12. VxLAN 12. Let's just have this real quick. And this come. I have it somewhere. I can use that IP address. So yeah, I have the VxLAN copy here. Just real quick. Get it done. What was it? Yeah, here. So I'm gonna put no here, no here, or VRF, and no here, or there. So you see, that's why I didn't put the no shut here. So spine A. So now they should pop up here in the wheel. Spine B. There's no right now, right? Copy. Start. If I think I amended the count with no. So see. And this one I did right. Show MBE here. So, okay. So let's just give it a try. So let's just start with intro site, meaning just what's going on inside DC1. I'm just gonna go to one. So it's going. I mean, this is just the same VNI, so there is no, we're not leveraging the L3 VNI, which is VLAN 1000. So let's just go to the other one, this L2 VNI working to one. Now we're going to, okay, there you go. This is the correct configuration. Because before, what I did, that's wrong. I put like all those interface VLANs inside the same VRF. And technically, I was just redistributing that to BGP, and that's how I just got reachability, and that's not correct. Though. I mean, it's just not based on what you have to do. And yeah, I'm not sure if I have a pre-1, so what was it? 2, 3, 3, 2. Because I have to take a look at like not all of them are connected to only switches, you know what I'm saying? So like, okay, this one, 192.168.3.3. So okay, intro size working the same, should be true for the other one, ping 192.168.1.4. It's just a guide itself. So the other one is just okay, 2.4. I'm not sure if the The third one has been connected. Yeah, okay, that was also connected. But let's just go into site, meaning the multi-site from DC2 to DC1. 192.168.1.1. Fingers crossed. And of course, yeah, I'm thinking of, anyways, the point is that that one wasn't correct, but this is the correct configuration in terms of what you need to have your VGPL to VPN, eVPN. So let me just check one thing. 01040. You see, this is the MAC address, and I'm learning that through the multi-site. And this is like installed. See, best, and this one's being selected. So I have the MAC address, but I can't reach to 192.168.3.4. Let's see if I can reach 3.4. What if I check the show L2 route MAC all, and let me see if I have 1014. Yeah, I have that through BGP, but I can't reach. Okay, I have a little tuning here that I would like to do, and that is, I'm going to show case only one. Not here though, that's here. Show interface NB1. This is what I'm just gonna suppress R. Sometimes it helps. You suppress R on top of the MAC address. You're gonna be learning the IP address, and that might just kind of help us suppress R because we have the eVPN route. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, of course, it's a nice optimization. This one. So the base. Oh, it's also double checking the configuration. That's why I'm putting it here. See if I missed anything. VNI. And on top of that, what will suppress? The same. This VNI. I'll also check the VRF. Okay, I have that one advertised. There is a deprecated command as well, but they say it's being deprecated. But I'm gonna try to put that one as well if this one didn't work. And that command is advertise L2VPN eVPN, and you put that command under the BGP address family. So, but we have the routes. That's the thing. So, but sometimes it can be tricky with this multi-site. So let's see. So interface only one, member VNI one, 10,000, and suppress off same. That would be MAC IP. Sorry, that's MAC IP on. And of course, I need to generate traffic in order for that to work. Let's just for each default gateway that I have. Oh. Okay, this is another issue that I'm seeing here. Why it's not getting to its default gateway? What's wrong here? Interface is wrong. Protocol down. Hmm. Why is it down? Suspended. Auto state enabled. Sure what's going on. Oh, guys, all that config is gone. This VLAN 11. Fabric warning. Yeah, I'm getting my notepad. Wait, this VLAN 11. Shot. I'm gonna put this one. No shots. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just shut no shut all interfaces plus adding the. Any cascade. Leave the leave the let's see that if that will restore the. Yeah, okay. There you go. Now I can reach the gateway and stuff like that. Good stuff going on. So I was able to generate traffic 192.162.254. Please, yeah, go ahead. Bunch of should go to test 2 3 because I changed the suppress ARP, so I might need to also. Okay, this multi-site is working in terms of the four, as you can see. I'm generating traffic from 1 to, and it's going to 1 4 that is located on the other side. And yeah, okay, I know why this one's not working right now, because I suppressed the ARP, and somehow the ARP should get there. But yeah, I mean, I'm suppressing the ARP, so I need to generate like traffic from that particular client. So if I wanted to connect to 2-4, if I'm not mistaken, okay, admin. But this multi-site can be real tricky, so you have to just check like all the configuration and verification. Sometimes you gotta tune the config. So now I can reach my gateway, right? So it should propagate real quick. And yeah, I'm getting to the other side. This is 2-1. And let's see if I can reach. Yeah, it's just a matter of generating traffic. Let me see if I can 1-1. I'm not sure even if I have 1-1. So the regular like L2 VNI multi-site is working, as you can see. 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2. 2, 2 is not going. I don't know why. 2, 2 is not going. Why is that? Also, I'm not sure if I have 2, 2 here. Admin. Alright, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4. So this one's going. I don't know. Well, it was just like learning. Yeah, I was just learning it. But the intersite L2 is kind of working. But when I switch to like between VNIs, obviously it's not working. But again, it's a matter of connect that 3-2. Let me see if we have such. There is no 3-2. Sorry for that, my bad. That's why. There is no 3-2 per se like that. Oh, for sure we have 1-2. There's 1-2. 1-2 is here. This is 1-2. Again, this is intersite. 2-4. We have 2-4 yet. What about 3? So let me just check the show eVPN to VPN eVPN. Now the good thing is that I can just go ahead and use the API. Just do what was it? 1, 2. Do I have that one? Yeah, there you go. 1 available. 1 is best. I have that. Let's leave E. And you see, this is the proof that this is coming from the multi-site. This 10022. If you remember, that was the, what was it? The loopback 100, the multi-site, and this is the AS it's coming from. So in terms of routing and everything is okay. I have the L2 10,000 imported to one destination, but I should be able to see the L3 VNI, and I'm not. And why is that? figure that one out. Because that's the reason. I gotta be learning the previous night. So EGP to VPN. And I need 50,000. IP forward, I have that one configured. I also need to configure the backward forwarding this. The I have the VR context, everything. Okay, okay. If we on leaves, okay, that's fine. Not 100% sure. The reason this one is not working, so let's for instance 68 to 4. Okay, there you go. So you have I have this 2 VPN route coming as it should. But I don't see show L2 VPN, eVPN. The issue is the L3 one. 50,000. I'm not seeing that one. But you gotta see that one. Oh, did I associate that here? Remember VNI 1000 associate. Here we are. Tenants. VNI 50,000 already. Yeah, that's fine. That's the issue. That's why I can get the reachability in terms of let me also check one of the leaves. I don't have the L preview, I should EGPL to VPN eVPN. As you can see, that one's missing. You see, I'm doing it right. And I'm doing it right. What happened to my L3 VNF? That's the thing we gotta figure with you. It might be a misconfiguration somewhere. Of course. But the point is that, you know, the multi-site, the L2 VNI to be fair is working. The L3 is not working because it's not on a routing table, like for that particular BRF. Okay, so it's getting a bit late here, and I'm just getting ahead of myself, but I'll just try to see if I can troubleshoot this one. Okay, let me try the legacy. Let me also check the BGP here as family IPv4 unicast, as family IPv4 unicast. Okay, I'm going to try that legacy command here. I mean, they say it's deprecated, or you never know. 6.0, and that goes on the real 10. Family IPv4 unicast. You don't even see it here, so you have to put advertise L2 VPN eVPN. So I'm just going to replicate this on the route. Advertise to VPN. I'm going to put that spine A, edit this, leave. Advertise L2 VPN. Sorry, okay, my bad. Got it, because that was under. Oh, good. Only. Okay, let's see. Let's see. This one's gonna help or not. Because then feeding at the same time. Other possibilities. So leave the and the spine. D, right? Let's see. Okay, got it. You'll be able to get in here. I mean, yeah, I can just put the VNI here. Yeah, I mean, that didn't have anything to do with this. I told you, I'm just getting ahead of myself because I'm exhausted. I've been doing throughout the day. Anyways, let's see if I can wrap it up. Layer 1 interface VLAN 11. VLAN. Um, of course, I can see that the fabric volume one is not configured, but that doesn't have anything to do. Sure, interface. Same. Well, leave A. Should be able to VPN. I have this VLAN, right? Here. An IP4. Sure, can be overlay. Let me check the MV overlay config. 2000, 3000, 3000. Overlay. eVPN. Of course. Establish road now. Let me see if I can get intrasite. 268 2. I should, because the L is not there anymore. But it was there before, so I did something. I ruined that config. I mean, kind of misconfigured something. What did I do? Just trying to think what I did. Okay, maybe, okay, maybe that was a wrong assumption. And I think I should put, well, I should configure the same VRF on these VLANs as well. So let's just give it a try. I'm looking at the configuration here. Let's start with this leaf. I mean, it should be configured everywhere. I hope that I haven't triggered bug or something, because you know that they can bug themselves. Sure. Um, let's see. Okay, I also have another idea. And that might also be something that I missed, should include VNI. Again, multi-site working in terms of saying VNI, so that you know, meaning the config has been precise. But there's just a little bit of misconfiguration something going on, and that might be the fact that I gotta mention something here real quick. Sure, while typing it, let me check BGP. I'll let you know. I think I got it figured. You see, that's the issue. I have redirected this tenant one, and the route map is direct in this case, where it should be. You know why? Because this is just the virtual IP interface free VR. Let me show something. Oh my god. Reply to the VLAN config. Why? Not getting it. I think I got it figured. Let me just fix this. No VR, remember? Why? It's the no. I got. I'm a bit tired, sorry. I'm gonna get this to work so you can see what was the root cause behind it. Let me put it back real quick. Spine A. IP interface free PRF 4G tenant drive. Yeah, it should pop up here. Okay. The same with the other spine. Leave. Finally. I mean, I could have amended that, the other copy as well, but most probably that's the root cause behind it. PLP, GPL, VPN, eVPN. VNI, 1000. Okay. Though, yeah, you should put that one under this. That was the reason. So, VNI ID. So my configuration was correct in the beginning. So when I was troubleshooting, I just got ahead myself and just removed the VRF and stuff. But where I shouldn't have, because then I missed the L3 VNI in my eVPN routing table. But let's just go and check the connectivity in terms of, okay, this is 1, 2, this is 2, 4. There you go. That was it. 1, 1, 2, 1, whatever. Two, three, all possible combinations. And this is working as it should on a Linux machine. I'm putting caps lock on, of course. It's not gonna work. There you go. This is multi-site. This is 2, 4 proof IP neighbor. 254 is my gateway, right? Just look at the. I can't prove it right now to you because I configured the anycast MAC address, but this one for sure located. Of course, yeah, of course, there's another. I can show you that this one's connected to the DC2, and that's by just pulling up the MAC address that is a 0204. And if I go to leave D here, to MAC address table, let me see 0204. You see, and this is now. Let's go ahead. Show L2 route MAC. I mean, I can even filter and stuff, but let's just go for this 0204. You see that there? This is coming from BGP. And if I go show BGP L2 VPN eVPN 192.168.2.4, you can see the route and somewhere here. So the way I figured something was wrong was that when I pulled up the route previously without the VRF configured, I didn't see this part. That's the L3 50,000, right? This part was missing, so I realized that there was an issue with the L3 VRF. And of course, we got that fixed, and now it's working. Now, I mean, it wasn't that bad because you were able to see a bunch of like real troubleshooting and stuff going on, and I did a bunch of optimization in terms of the RF suppression and guest gateway configuration. So that's it. I hope that you have enjoyed this training. So just let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. Yeah. Have a great time. Cheers.